The future is bright here on the Clubhouse, so that's why we're going to be doing our 32 athlete Bright Futures bracket. All right, we're going to run through our first 8 matchups here today, and by the end of Friday's show, we're going to have crowned a champion, and you can play right along with us, guys. Just head to the games tab on the stadium app to get your voice heard. All right, welcome back, everybody. Brooke Fletcher here, Annie Agar hanging out with us in studio here. Annie, what's up?
How's it going? I'm happy to be back. It's been a minute.
I know, it's nice to have you back in studio. You back, Joshua, it just feels right. It feels like we're complete. And we got Rayfield Davis hanging out with us. Rayfield, first off, how are you feeling with Purdue?
I'm feeling really good. It's a good day to wake up and be a Boilermaker. I always wear sweatpants, I wear sweatsuits, but today I found my lucky jeans and I threw them on because I'm feeling good for the Boilers.
Wow. And I gotta change my bet now.
And you got the gold sneakers on. I see you.
Always.
I see you. All right. Well, we got you guys. You're gonna help us out. You guys at home, submit your comments here. And Annie and I, we're gonna go through the first round here, and we're gonna, select who we think is best. So the first one we got Caitlin Clark and Arch Manning. What do you guys think?
I think this one's pretty easy. We just talked about Caitlin Clark, and listen, I think Arch Manning's actually going to have a good career when he does become the eventual starter at Texas and probably play in the NFL. It's Caitlin Clark, and I don't think it's particularly close.
No, I agree. I think it's Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, it's Caitlin Clark. She changed the game, everybody. We have to go with her. All right. We have Jackson Chourio or Aidan Hutchinson. Jackson, he's a huge star for Milwaukee there. Future is bright, but Aidan has really made a name for himself in the NFL, Annie.
I don't know how to. This one's a close one. I think we put it. We have rankings on there. No, we don't. This was tough just because I'm worried about the Lions next year, and they've got a tough schedule. I don't know if they've peaked, and we're not going to see that again because it's hard to duplicate. It's hard to duplicate. He is a great player though, but Jackson has also just hit his first MLB home run, and he has two homers now. So I don't know. I think I'm swaying toward Aidan. This might be my NFL affiliation here, my NFL bias, but I think I might go Aidan on this one.
JP?
I got some NFL bias here, too. Aidan Hutchinson's been really good without a lot of help, without a secondary pass rusher. I think his career only goes up from here. I know Chourio's been phenomenal as well, but I'm leaning Hutch here.
I think it's really hard to hit and stay consistent in baseball. Not to say that he's not going to have a bright future, but Aidan has been able to go to the next level and prove himself essentially at every level. So I'm going to go with Aidan right now. All right, let's scroll up here. Let's hope I don't screw it up this time. We got Aliyah Boston or Bryce Young. I feel like I know where this is going, but I'm just going to tee you up, JP and Rayfeld anyways.
I don't want to hate on Bryce Young because I feel like he wasn't put in a very good position as a young quarterback in the league, and that can kill careers. Aliyah Boston, phenomenal player. We know that. Also a really good broadcaster, if y'all don't know that as well. I got to go with Aliyah on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Aliyah Boston because, she's already a great player. She's done it at both levels now, and now she's probably going to get one of the best point guards in the country, and Caitlin Clark, and now that's going to make her job much, much easier. I'm going with Aliyah Boston.
And everybody at home, they agree with you 100% Aliyah Boston. Ouch, Bryce Young.
Hey, he has Deontay Johnson, guys. That is a game changer. I'm totally kidding about that. Totally kidding.
All right. I think Bryce, I'm not giving up on my guy Bryce, but Aliyah, the future seems a little more promising at this moment. Let's get Caleb Williams or Diamond Miller.
Diamond Miller. Diamond Miller couldn't even played a second of basketball, and I would have said Diamond Miller. 100%.
You know what? I'm kind of with Annie on this one. This is where you get into draft hater takes and all that kind of stuff. Caleb Williams is boomer bust to me. He's either going to be really good or he's going to be awful, and I don't think there's an in-between.
Yep.
I'm probably rolling with Miller on this one.
Me too. Diamond Miller is a baller. She can score at all 3 levels. She's long, athletic, can guard multiple positions. I'm going Diamond Williams, and I love her attitude. I love the way she goes about it. She's a competitor. She's a dog, but she does it in a respectful way.
And she has better nails.
You have a lot of Chicago fans that are in straight panic right now because you're saying that the number one, they just traded their quarterback, and now you're saying that Diamond Miller has a better future than the number 1 overall pick. All right. That's good. Victor Wembanyama or Corbin Carroll? Ooh, this is tough. Okay. Corbin Carroll is very, very good. That's why he was Rookie of the Year last year. Victor Wembanyama, though, they're talking about a generational player. They are talking about naming a quadruple double after him, the Wemby. This is just, you have to go with Wemby here, but you got to give a lot of credit to Corbin Carroll because he does have a bright future.
I'd do the same thing. I'm going with Wemby.
What do you guys think?
Wemby's an alien. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm
really
going
tall,
with Wemby.
lanky.
Wemby's that guy that was a creative player when you were a little kid on a video game.
All right, let's get to Chet Holmgren or JuJu Watkins.
Ooh, this is a toughie.
This is a toss-up for me. I don't
want to be prisoner of the moment here, but having
about to be
just
prisoner.
watched JuJu Watkins finish up a season and the way that she played as a freshman, again, a 50-point game as a freshman, better stats offensively than Caitlin Clark as a freshman in terms of points per game. Bright future.
Yeah, I'm going JuJu. I can remember when we were young, the movie Love and Basketball came out, and I heard this said before. JuJu is Monica in real life. I mean, she gets the job done. She's young. She has a charisma. She's a showman. She can score. She makes her teammates better. I cannot wait for JuJu Watkins to join the Big Ten so we can watch her every single week.
But are we forgetting, though, of Chet Holmgren and what he was able to do in college and carry that over into the NBA?
He's really good. No, I don't think anybody's saying he's not really good.
But he wasn't the best player on his college team.
All right, we'll just leave it at that. All right, we're going with JuJu here. How about our girl Angel Reese going up against Sauce Gardner?
See, this is what I don't know. Is
We gotta
how
get Sauce.
tough is it to transition into WNBA? Which is the college style of women's play a lot like WNBA? Because that's my only concern with Angel Reese. Sauce Gardner though, oh man, he's so talented. I love Sauce.
Sauce is one of the best in his
Although
position.
he plays for the Jets, so I don't know.
Yeah, Rachel, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think the rebounding out of Angel Reese will translate.
Yeah.
She's a creative finisher.
Yes.
So I think that can translate, but I do think there are going to be some obstacles in her game. I'm with you, Annie, when it comes to Sauce. I think he is immensely talented, and I feel a little bit more confident about what he can do right now than not having seen Angel Reese at the next level.
We've seen it.
I'm a big Angel Reese fan, so I'm just going Angel Reese. She is a dog in all sense of the word. She just goes after it. She talks her trash, she rebounds, she defends, she can score it inside. She's 6'4", 6'5", so that's not really going to be a big step physicality-wise. I'm just all biased on Angel Reese. She could do no wrong. I love how she acts in the media. I'm a big Angel Reese fan. I loved her when she was at Maryland.
Yeah, but Sauce has
Sauce
good
could be the
chain.
same way.
He's got good swag.
Sauce
Well,
is a
come
talker, too.
on. Hey,
Angel
Sauce,
got
I think, is
swag.
one of the best at his position here.
That's facts.
I want to give Angel her flowers
I do
because
too.
she deserves it, but it's hard to argue against Sauce and
facts.
what he was able to do as a rookie. Like,
Yeah.
give him credit there. All right, Jackson Holliday or Jack Hughes? Ooh, this is hard.
Well, Brooke, I know where you're going on this one because the Orioles, right?
Yeah, I got to go with Jackson Holliday just because of you're seeing what he's doing in AAA here. The guy should have made the opening day roster here, but they just didn't have enough spots for him. That was just considering bad timing there. But no, I got to go with Jackson Holliday because this guy.
Jack Hughes plays for the Devils. That's all I'm going to say. You could be as good as you want. You play for the New Jersey Devils. That must suck for you.
I'm here for the New Jersey hate.
All right, what do you think, Rayfel?
I'm going Jackson. I'm with you guys.
All right, we're going with Jackson Holliday here. All right, that's all we're going to do for right now. But I think
That's a great matchup.
That's a good, I know. That's a little teaser there. Baby Gronk versus CJ Stroud. We're going to get to that
Oh my
later
God.
on. I know. Welcome back. The future is bright here on the Clubhouse, so that's why we're continuing on with our 32-athlete Bright Futures bracket. We completed the first half of round one yesterday, with the biggest upset being number 25 Diamond Miller advancing past the 8th-seeded Caleb Williams. Bears fans are still upset at you, Joshua.
Don't be upset.
Now we finish the bottom half of our first round here, which features young stars like Bedard. We got Coco, Gauff, and even Baby Gronk is making an appearance here.
We'll get him out of here pretty quick.
All right, so you guys, you're going to be joining in on the selection process. Obviously, Annie Agar, we had her yesterday. So let's get to the first one here. We have CJ Stroud versus Baby Gronk.
Man, don't do this.
I know, it feels weird pairing it up against a kid.
Don't even. He got MVP votes as a rookie. CJ Stroud.
Yeah, no question.
No argument. I know. I feel bad, though, because it is a kid. Why
I don't feel bad. I
Did they
really
lie
don't.
about the kid's age or something?
They've been lying about a lot of things.
That's neither here nor there. Let's talk Carlos Alcaraz or Jalen Green. I got to go with Carlos Alcaraz. He is the future of tennis here. You had, he's taken down Novak Djokovic. He is the future of tennis. You have to choose him.
Brooke got me into tennis over the last couple of years. I've watched a lot of Alcaraz. Dude is phenomenal. He's getting my vote here.
I'm a tennis dad now, so I'm going Carlos as well.
There we go. Oh, and it hates me. It always hates me. There we go. Like it never happened. We have Paige Bueckers. She is one of the faces of women's college hoops, going up against Gunnar Henderson, who made his name known last year with the Orioles, and he is on a tear again this season. What do you guys think?
I think the sad thing is a lot of the world forgot about Paige Bueckers for a little while because she was banged up with the knee injuries. And then we were all reminded this year why we were talking about her so much. I want to talk about bright futures. I'm leaning with Paige here.
I'm going with Paige, no doubt. Paige is a bucket, and this year we found out she can defend. I started matching up with JuJu. Paige doing it on both ends. I'm going Paige all the way here.
People are leaning a little towards Paige Bueckers as well at home. They agree with you, but no doubt both of these names, you will be hearing them for a while in their respective sport here. How about Julio Rodriguez taking on Drake Maye? I'm going to have to say Julio Rodriguez here just because Drake Maye, yeah, he had a solid college football career. He's expected to go high in the NFL draft, but Julio Rodriguez, I mean, this guy has proven himself at the next level. He's a star. I mean, he's already a star, but yeah, you got to go with Julio.
Yeah, I mean, you get the star power, as you mentioned, proven commodity at the next level, as you mentioned. Drake Maye is a huge question mark for me. I know there are some analysts that absolutely love this kid. His mechanics are a bit of a problem for me. He's erratic throwing the football. Decision-making is a bit of a question. Decision-making in the NFL, you got to be on point. I'm just not sure it's going to translate.
Yeah, I'm going Julio Rodriguez, no question about it.
All right, Julio. Let's get to this one's tough. We were just talking about Zach Edey and the incredible career that he's had in college hoops here, but there's a big question mark going up in the NBA. But Connor Bedard, he has proven himself, guys. A lot of people calling him a generational talent.
Yeah, when you get that generational marker, it's kind of hard to not have one of the brightest futures out there. He's sensational. Zach Edey, again, the fit in the NBA, it's like, I know he's going to be a guy who could play for a while, but does it feel like he's going to be a star?
I'm going Zach Edey. I'm loyal to the soil. You cut me open, I'm going to bleed gold. I'm going Zach Edey, no question about it. Zach Edey is a generational talent. Ooh. He's going to go to the next level and turn the NBA back to what it used to be. Now you're going to have to draft those 7-footers to stop Zach Edey. Right. Zach Edey going to be a dog no matter where he is.
Right, let's see what the fans, the fans are leaning heavily on Zach Edey here, but the beauty of this game is it's down to us three, and you know how it works. You got one person voting one way, two the other. You are overruled, Rayfield, but we got to give Zach Edey his flowers. Give him his flowers, but Connor Bedard, okay, it really does just hate me. This is why you can't have nails. Okay.
No, it's a big old sleeves.
Okay, we got it. Just a little tap there. Okay, we got Charlie Woods, son of Tiger Woods, versus Marvin Harrison Jr.
Son of Marvin Harrison. We got the Nepo bracket right here.
Got the Nepo bracket. All right, this is tough because Marvin, we've seen him and what he's been able to do at Ohio State and at the college level. He's going to have an incredible NFL career. Charlie Woods, he's still a little young, but man, is he promising.
Yeah, this one is actually a really difficult one. I feel like it's easier to project what I think Marvin's going to be in 5 years and probably 10 years while he's still playing in the league. And for Charlie Woods, I think he's going to be a really good golfer. The game is so mental, though. You go through so many ups and downs. I feel like I'm leaning Marv here, but I'm having a tough one with this.
I'm going Marvin Harrison. One, because his father was one of my favorite football players to ever play the game. Being from Indiana, I played receiver growing up. I'm going Marvin Harrison, no question. Maybe because I'm a little bit of nepotism there, but Marvin Harrison Jr., he is cold.
And you got your Scarlet Red on today, too.
What was your favorite route? Wide receiver?
Just give me a little post.
Okay.
Give me a little, and then I go right to the touchdown.
All right.
Or give me a little fade.
Yeah.
Into the
we
end
see
zone.
you, Rayfield. Okay. Next, we got Bijan Robinson taking on Jayden Daniels. Bijan, I feel like he hasn't scratched the surface yet on what he can do, given the team that he is on, but I think he is a star. Jayden Daniels, though, I mean, he's going to have an incredible career.
I think Jayden Daniels is going to be a good NFL quarterback. I think Bijan Robinson is going to be a great NFL running back, and that's going to be the difference. Good versus great. I'm going Bijan.
I'm going Bijan as well. You sold me.
Bijan, okay. Going Bijan. I might overrule you guys here. We got Coco Gauff versus Ryan Howard.
I'm rolling with Coco. She is one of my favorite athletes as of right now. It's been so much fun to watch.
I'm going Coco. Nothing can tell me different at this point. I'm going Coco all the way.
When you're in the same conversation as Serena Williams, just about the future and the potential of this athlete there, you're in good company, and I think you should be recognized for it. So let's go with our girl Coco. And hey, I didn't screw it up. Welcome into the second round of the Clubhouse's Bright Futures bracket. After a wild first round, we're down to 16 athletes vying for the title of Brightest Future. Now, while our top 4 seeds are still intact, we've seen some big upsets and underdogs advance, including number 25 seed Diamond Miller and 21st seed Sauce Gardner. All right, and we're here to help me, determine the next round here. We got Jake Butt and Joshua Perry. Guys, how we doing today? How we feeling?
Excellent. Feeling good.
All
Am
right.
I taller than you?
I know you.
Hang on.
We're still having this argument.
Brooke?
I think Jake's a little taller, but I think
the thing that I realized standing back to
back
back is I definitely have a higher ass than Jake.
Yeah, your shoulders are higher. It's the neck. It's the neck. I'm sorry.
What's something to brag about? Higher ass or taller? Your height. We'll never know. All right, and remember, you guys can play along at home. All you got to do is download the Stadium app and go to the Games tab here. So let's get to our matchups, gentlemen. First up, we got Caitlin Clark taking on your former Michigan Wolverine and Aidan Hutchinson. What do we have?
Do you want to defend?
How could you pick against Caitlin?
Okay, all right. Okay.
But I will say this. I will play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
What happens if Detroit wins the Super Bowl?
The narrative's all different, right? Like you've seen it with the University of Michigan. Win a championship, the narrative changes. I think as of right now, I would go with Caitlin Clark. This is not to say that Hutch doesn't have an extremely bright future, but we're looking at one of the biggest stars in sports right now.
The Hawkeyes wouldn't have been where they were the last few seasons if they didn't have Caitlin Clark. Now, I think that Aidan plays a huge role in the Lions' success, but I don't think he is that much of a difference maker, in my opinion.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's from a Lions fan.
That's something I'd expect from a Buckeye.
He's a difference maker, but I don't think he makes the impact like Caitlin Clark does, if that makes sense. All right, we got Aliyah Boston and Diamond Miller. What do we have?
Diamond Miller, your run ends here. It was a fun one. Again, a phenomenal player, but look at Aliyah Boston coming to the league early on. Played pretty dominant basketball. Hard to go against her.
And the numbers, the deciding factor is just the numbers. Aliyah's got her by a few points, a few rebounds. Excited for both their futures, though.
So what are we going to go with?
Aliyah Boston.
Aliyah Boston. All right, it's split 50-50. They're at home.
Oh my
All
gosh,
right, it really does hate me, does it? Doesn't it?
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
All right, we got the next round here. All right. Are we working?
You got to slide over. It's on the.
I have to slide it over?
There we go.
Where are we?
There we go.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
I love this touch
Okay.
screen. I really do.
Take Aliyah.
I really
My
do.
goodness.
All right, we have Victor Wembanyama and JuJu Watkins. I'm going to have to go with Victor Wembanyama.
100%.
It's disappointing to me because I know the answer is Wemby. I don't think we understand how good JuJu is, though.
No, we do. We do. But this guy might redefine what's possible in basketball. I mean, he does something that I've never seen before. For him to be 7'4" the way he is, coming into the league right now, JuJu's phenomenal. This is just a tough matchup.
JuJu was second in college basketball in scoring as a true freshman. Just want to throw that out there.
Yes, but I think
And she
we have
plays
to give.
defense.
She's phenomenal.
And she plays defense.
Well, so does Victor Wembanyama
Yeah, I
here.
know he does.
And
I'm just
everybody.
saying.
I know. We're gonna give JuJu her flowers here, but I think we got to go with Victor Wembanyama, and everybody at home agrees.
Man, they're
85%.
disrespectful at home.
Purdue was great. They just met UConn.
I'm gonna go really slow here. I'm going slow. All right. We have Sauce Gardner and Jackson Holliday. Jackson just getting called up to the bigs here.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement surrounding Jackson, but Sauce Gardner, there's no denying the impact that he's had already in the league.
He's got, okay, I'll get to this. He's got name power. And when you talk about gravity, a big Sauce Gardner, that's branding. But again, the Jets remind me of the Lions, where can they make a run now with some of the offseason moves they had and a healthy Aaron Rodgers? He's the face of the defense, one of the faces of their franchise. That's the deciding factor for me.
I like Sauce. And this is coming from a guy who's not super into baseball. So, Brooke, I'll let you give the pitch here.
This is really hard because Jackson Holliday, he was the #1 overall pick in the 2022 draft. I mean, he's already getting called up because he is just slaying in the in AAA here. I think he has a really bright future, but maybe Sauce has the edge here because he has proven himself at the next level. We haven't seen Jackson play in the bigs yet, so we're going to have to go with Sauce on this one.
Let's get saucy.
Let's get saucy. All right, CJ Stroud or Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz. This guy, he's an alien. What?
I can't do it. I can't.
Carlos Alcaraz took down Novak Djokovic, arguably one of the best tennis players of all time here.
Did you see what? Did you see the way
He's
that
beaten him many times.
CJ
Now
Stroud
Novak has beaten him, but he is a generational
the
player.
Texans.
CJ is a good player. He's not a generational player.
To finish like last in their division, and they made it to the playoffs. He led the league in passing yards per game.
CJ is an excellent
rookie.
He's an excellent He's pretty much a rookie. What he was able to do to take down the greatest of all time.
CJ Stroud's phenomenal, but tennis is global. We know, everyone knows Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, right? And he's, as a young man,
Is the
he's
NFL
competing with
not
them. He's got
global?
no, not like this though. Not
Is
like
it not
this.
global?
Not like this.
Y'all, this
I
is
think
crazy.
he's a great quarterback, but Carlos Alcaraz, what he's been able to do at his age.
Okay, if y'all want to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm Carlos too.
All right, good.
Carlos, no
Y'all
offense to
are
CJ,
ignorant.
I'm sorry.
Ignorant.
Paige Bueckers or Julio Rodriguez?
Julio is he's like that. He's one of my favorite baseball players to watch. Paige Bueckers is really like that though. I'm rolling Paige on this.
Doesn't it feel? I'm going to go Paige as well. Doesn't it feel like women's basketball is about to take off?
It is.
And
Yes.
go. And you're looking at the next young stars. Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers is right there in that name branding in that category. Like those are the future stars of a growing WNBA.
Yeah,
just
she's
gotta stay
already a
healthy.
star, but I think we're just next year.
Yep.
I mean, with Caitlin Clark in the W, it's going to be Paige Bueckers' year for sure.
Y'all really picked Carlos. That's crazy.
Now Joshua, I think a lot of people would agree with us.
Not
Connor
the people
Bedard
at
or
home.
Marvin Harrison Jr.?
This is what's hard about this one is they've both gotten the generational tag.
Yeah.
And Connor Bedard, we've seen his impact at the professional level on a bad team. And I think that's the edge there. I think Marv is going to have a similar trajectory, but we just haven't seen it as a pro yet.
Yeah, and I think it's harder, like to really separate as a wide receiver and sustain. That's a bigger challenge than what Connor has ahead of him. He's 18 years old.
Yeah.
He's 18 years
I
old.
mean, he's got
and a
murals
star.
all over this city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we going with Connor?
I think so.
All right. Connor with the slight edge here. You
Brooke.
son of a gun. It doesn't like me. We're not getting along today. Okay. Thank you. All right, Bijan Robinson or Coco Gauff?
This is where I would lean on the tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Coco Gauff here. When she is playing, it's hard for me to not watch it.
Didn't you wake up at like 3 a.m. to watch her play?
Yes.
You're not doing that for Bijan.
You're right. No offense, Bijan. Coco, I think when you're, like I said this before, when you're in the same conversation as Serena Williams, she is a young star. She's already a star, but she is a young star in the making here. She's just getting started in the world of tennis. I think we have to go with Coco Gauff and just the impact that she has had.
I don't know what you were doing though.
What do you mean what I was doing?
CJ got left out.
All right, I finally figured this board out here. We got a lot more coming your
He's about to
way.
make a run.
Here is the results, everybody. I think we have a pretty good round two. What do you think?
I think there was a grave error that was made in these selections, but I was overruled.
Are you butthurt because he was a Buckeye?
Carlos
not butthurt,
Alcaraz
I'm
has
butthurt
poised
'cause
to
you're
make
wrong.
a deep run here.
Keep
Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye.
Joshua, we got to educate you on tennis a little.
All right, the competition is heating up. We've reached the quarterfinals of the Clubhouse's Brightest Futures bracket. Our number 1 seed, Caitlin Clark, has sailed into the Elite 8, while number 2 seed, CJ Stroud, met the same result as his matchups with Michigan in 2021
That's
and
whack.
22, right, JP?
Whack.
Just as
Joshua.
Jim Harbaugh extinguished CJ's college
Whack.
career, it was Carlos Alcaraz who finished off Stroud in our bracket.
It's not whack.
Y'all know there was a Michigan man producing this show today.
That's just facts.
All right.
That's just facts.
Let's waste no more time here. Okay, so we've got Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston here. They're probably going to be teammates here shortly. So what are we thinking?
I don't want to be prisoner of the moment here, but you have to go with Caitlin Clark and just the impact that she's had on the game. I mean, we talked about it at the top of the show. Ticket sales are up. The national games are up. Like, you got to go with Caitlin Clark.
It's going to be hard to beat her, right? I mean, seriously, it's not just on the court. She has like a gravitational pull off the court, too.
Yeah, I'm saying it's Caitlin Clark, and I don't think it's particularly close, and that's not shade to Aliyah Boston, but you think about the momentum behind the career right now, it feels like she is on a rocket ship. Okay, so now we've got Victor Wembanyama, we've got Sauce Gardner. I feel like Sauce has floated along a little bit here as an underdog, but now you get Wemby, generational talent. Does it stop here?
I think, yeah. The journey stops here for Sauce Gardner. Victor Wembanyama, he's, like you said, he's a generational talent. I mean, they're
a true generational talent.
Yes.
I mean, see, we've never seen anything like him.
You got to go with Wemby here.
I'd just like to point out the fan vote here. Sauce getting under 2% of the vote is wild. But that sets up for Caitlin Clark and Victor Wembanyama. That should be a fun one. Carlos Alcaraz, Paige, Bueckers. Alcaraz shouldn't even be here. It's Paige.
Wow.
Talk
so
about
mad.
Delusional.
You're delusional.
You're delusional.
You were talking about our viewers that they weren't voting with true honesty early. This is your chance to vote with true honesty.
I am voting
I
with true
don't
honesty.
think you
It's Paige
understand.
Bueckers.
This is no shade to Paige and what she's
It is
been able
shade.
to do.
No, you're shading
But
Paige.
Carlos, what?
You're shading
I'm going to have
Paige.
to stop my foot at you, Joshua,
Stop
because
it
you
then.
made me so mad.
Go ahead and stop.
Because you don't appreciate greatness and what Carlos Alcaraz has been able to do, who he's been able to be. He is one of the best tennis players in the game right now, if not the best tennis player. Carlos Alcaraz.
He plays with such passion, too, on the court.
Yes.
Like, he's fun to watch. He's got it all.
I swear.
Brooke over there stomping like Kirk Franklin right now. I hold the card, so I could easily hit Paige, but I'm going to be a team player here, and I'm going to go Carlos Alcaraz, who shouldn't even be
just
here.
me.
No, it's not just you. This thing is finicky, man. What is going on here? All right, good. Okay, and then we got Connor Bedard and Coco Gauff.
Connor?
All right, Miss Tennis, what are you thinking? Go ahead and stump.
No, I mean, this is tough, but I might have to give the edge to Connor Bedard and just the impact that he's already made. This is no shade to Coco. She has a bright future, but I might have to give Connor the edge.
I agree. I mean, they're both kids. They're both so young, but, I mean, they're talking about Bedard like he could be the Michael Jordan of hockey, right?
I think that's the Chicago machine working too, but Connor Bedard, I would say, as well for this one. Y'all just gonna cruise Alcaraz around into, he's gonna be a finalist here at some point. This is crazy.
Ooh, Caitlin Clark versus Victor Wembanyama. That's gonna be a tough one, guys.
You don't like a Cinderella
y'all
story?
Put the 15 seed in there because y'all are some haters.
It's because we don't have people that appreciate tennis around here.
You don't have people that appreciate how hard it is to be a rookie quarterback in the NFL
You don't like a
and lead the
Cinderella
league in
story?
passing yards per game.
I'm going to call Danny Kaye.
Call
Danny
her. I don't
Kaye.
give a damn.
We're going to bring Danny Kaye on the show next week.
Bring her on
She's going
then.
to set you straight.
That she can set me straight.
The final four of our Bright Futures bracket, well, it is set, and we've got a lineup of some very heavy hitters. Our top seed, Caitlin Clark, faces NBA rookie sensation Victor Wembanyama. Can you imagine that? And tennis phenom Carlos Alcaraz is matched up against the future of hockey, which is Mr. Connor Bedard. So, gentlemen, I ask you guys, which athlete do you wish was on that list?
Well, CJ Stroud got upset by Carlos Alcaraz, and I disagreed with that. I mean, he led the league in passing yards per game as a rookie. It seems like a bright future to me. Neither here nor there. The other one who I'm a big fan of, so this is just personal, JuJu Watkins, a big fan. So I wish I would have seen her here in the Final Four.
Okay.
Yeah, some Buckeye bias showing there for a tennis player that's won 2 majors. But nonetheless, I'll go Anthony Edwards. I just think that he could be the face of the NBA. He's got ridiculous athleticism. I love watching him play, so I will say with my Timberwolves brethren, Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
Oh, a little bias there, huh?
I shouldn't have said that.
Bias here, right?
I should have said that.
I would like to add another tennis superstar, Coco Gauff.
I know.
Yeah, she's
Coco was a tough decision. Like we didn't want to do it, but
But you did
we
it.
had to make the right decision for the
You have to cut some people
Yeah,
off.
she lost to Bedard, so
Okay, all right.
Tough matchup.
That's fine a little bit
Tough
here
matchup.
coming from Chicago. All right, Joshua, why don't you walk us through this matchup there on the touchscreen?
I know somebody upstairs already clicked this one too, which is a little bit of a
did
shame
they?
there. All right, so we got Caitlin Clark and we've got Wemby. This one is really difficult here, and I'm curious to see what the fan vote at home looks like. We talked about Wemby earlier in the show. The guy is ridiculous. He's an alien, hasn't even scratched the surface. So much room to improve. But we're also looking at Caitlin Clark, who, we just watched a couple years of one of the greatest women's basketball players that we have ever seen, and now she's stepping into the W, where expectations certainly are high, but every GM that's talking about the draft that's coming up tonight is saying that she could change the complexion of the W. So where are we at on this one?
We've already seen her really make a huge impact, and she's not even in the WNBA yet. That was just college alone, and as you said, tonight is the WNBA draft. She is the first overall pick. The tickets just for the draft, that's already sold out. And Indiana Fever, a lot of people are going to be making a trip to Indiana. I thought maybe they didn't think they'd ever be really wanting to go to Indiana, no offense.
None taken to the great state of Indiana.
Hey, I'm talking about Iowa too, so hand in hand. But I'm going with Caitlin Clark.
This is hard because I think so highly of Caitlin Clark and everything she's done for women's basketball. But I think Wemby could make $1 billion playing hoops. I think he could be a billionaire. I'm going to go Wemby. No disrespect to Caitlin Clark, because I think that she could be one of the GOATs as well. But Wemby is just, he's different than everybody else you see.
I think I'm going to do Wemby as well. And the other part for me is the international appeal of Victor Wembanyama. And I think that certainly plays into the star power. Both of these athletes certainly are global, but he's got that touch point already built in. All right, let's move on here. Carlos Alcaraz, we got Connor Bedard. I mean, everybody around here has been singing Alcaraz's praises, and I understand why. World #1 in tennis, all that kind of stuff. But Bedard, the generational word has been thrown around, and you're in a different stratosphere when people start talking generational. So what do we think here?
I mean, just through his rookie campaign, he has 22 goals, 38 assists, and this is just year #1. He also had that terrible jaw injury, and he came back better and stronger. And I followed the Blackhawks closely, so I have to go with the 18-year-old Connor Bedard.
Dog Food Grind Mode says, if Carlos Alcaraz doesn't advance, I'm going to bite my owner. Brooke Fletcher says, don't let JP bully you into getting rid of Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah.
Shut up,
How
Brooke.
old is Alcaraz? He's 21, 22?
I don't know.
He's 20.
He's 20 years old. He's won 2 majors. Bedard's team is awful, and he's put up great numbers. But I think with what JP said about Wemby, you have the international appeal, tennis being an individual game. I'm a big Alcaraz fan, so even though I like Bedard, living here in Chicago, I will go with Alcaraz.
So I was upset about the Alcaraz-Stroud thing, but I'm also willing to admit that Alcaraz is one of the biggest stars. He's got a bright future here. Generational is a tough one for me to get around, though. And
but he's also going against a lot of guys that are like the big dogs are leaving tennis.
Athletes. I mean, we're talking about generational athletes here. So I think we got to go with Connor Bedard, and that's what the people out there want to see anyway. So Alcaraz, it was a nice run, buddy, but that's it. All right, we doing this round too?
Final 2.
All right, so we got the finals here. We got Victor Wembanyama, Connor Bedard, 2 generational athletes. What do we think?
Have you guys seen the picture of them next to each other? It's the best picture on the internet. Yeah. I'm going to go with Victor Wembanyama. I'm so sorry, Connor Bedard, but you just cannot not watch this guy. He is making an impact just through year #1.
Yeah, I'm going Wemby too. That's no offense to Bedard. Wemby is just, he's a different beast there.
All right, we're going with Wemby.
I think I'm going Wemby as well. The issue here is I think Wemby was underseeded. I think he came in as a 4 seed. No, we're not going to do that. He's phenomenal. So go ahead. We hit the submit. Our champion, Victor Wembanyama, and everybody can play along with us on the Stadium app. The bright future's there. So you think we did a good job?
I think we did.
B. Curtis asking, what does JP have against Alcaraz?
Good question.
There's nothing against him. It's just,
It's hard to pick when it comes down to the final 2.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
But one's got to be the winner, just like always.
Yeah. All right, well, appreciate you joining us over here on the Clubhouse, and we'll see you tomorrow right here on Stadium.